Your MindStrong here again with another episode for y'all. Ah, y'all already know what the topics. We hit every detail, every minute detail, and into the minutia. We keep it going, keep it flowing, letting the people know what we doing, and what we doing today
Facts.
is we doing today is the topic of today is how black people are not on the same page of what we want, what we are fighting for, and what we need. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, speaking of that, how do you feel on that topic?
How do I feel on that? What I feel is,
How do you feel about that topic?
how I feel about that topic. I feel like as a community, we ignore each other to the point where it's like it's not even a community anymore.
Ignore? That's oh man, that's
Like,
nah. That's a ignore. I didn't expect that. I ain't gonna front. But continue.
yeah, well, we ignore each other. I don't. I feel like we don't even take in account of how we feel individually.
Mm.
Like, nobody sits down and listens to each other. We don't listen to each other. Like you said, some people listen to respond,
Mm.
and I feel like we all do that
To a degree,
to a degree. Yeah, we all do that. So,
depending on the topic,
mm,
mostly I feel.
right,
If it has to do with something at home or something in your community, you're a bit more reluctant to doing something about it because if you start doing something about it, you have to keep up that consistency, or else you feel like people gonna talk about you. You feel like
mm,
it's like now somebody trying to talk about you out your name, and you out your comfort zone basically.
right. Yeah. So that's basically that's my feelings toward it. That's my feelings towards basically. That's my feeling towards the topic.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like overall we just don't listen to each other.
Mm. And I ain't know. It's so funny. Like near where I live, there's this older couple, but they live on a remotely nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? And the thing about their house is they're gated. Like their whole front porch, back porch, everything is gated. You know what I mean? Big white gate around
Mm,
it. You know what I mean? So it's like you're either afraid of the outside world, either even your own front step,
mm,
or you're just trying to ignore the outside world. You feel me? I don't want to say the outside responsibilities, but the outside realities. You know what I mean? Like it. I don't want to say the possibilities of what could happen, but the realities of what you're not doing. Maybe
mm.
you know what I mean? But sometimes whenever I see, and that may be another topic, but sometimes whenever I see uh sometimes no, I'm gonna say it. Sometimes whenever I see people go out and protest instead of actually doing something in their community, like in their immediate community, but you want to go to West Level Park to protest and do
Right.
you know what I mean? But I say that to say you rather I feel like people go to protest as they're like paying a debt to their lack of
They
community.
like, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it starts to happen, you first to go. Like, yeah, I got something to prove now. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my blackest mask and my walking shoes, and
Right.
feel me, grandma, come on with me. Like we going out there, we gonna do something about this. Like
Just to have the feeling that you're doing something like,
just to have the
have,
feeling like, and granted, I don't knock nobody for marching, because marching has done a lot. You feel me? Depending on what you're marching, like the bus boycott, where they stopped taking the buses and was walking to work. They
mm,
was carpooling together. They was taking vans together. Like it was a coordinated. I don't want to say assault on the people that weren't working for us, but after they realized how much we were giving towards it, they changed up.
Changed it.
You know what I mean? Like, so
They had to.
they had to.
Wow, had to.
So, uh, going off of the topic, I feel like it's more me personally. I feel like it's more so people are afraid of the outside world. Like the whole all of there's a lot of sensationalism that goes on social media, on the news, on TV. Period. You know? So it becomes a a remotely uncomfortable feeling of even seeing the sky. I feel like you you not sure of what's to come. Like maybe Kim Jong Un is right, and he found a way to nuke California, and maybe that's the next thing that's gonna happen, and all this.
Shit.
Damn. Not even speaking coronavirus, like damn, it's sensationalized. And I'm not saying don't take your precautions to everything and anything, yes, but us as black people, it's been beaten into us to be scared of everything.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
You feel like that, or like, because I definitely understand like the whole ignoring aspect. We definitely don't. We definitely do ignore certain matters that we can act on in that moment. Like,
I do. Yeah. We do ignore each other. That's what you guys, right?
we do ignore each other, but at the same time, I feel like we are afraid more. Like we're afraid of each other more
There we go. Yeah.
than we ignore. Like it goes into each other, obviously, but it comes from a different emotion, if you will,
Right.
a different part of you, right?
Okay. We definitely are. We definitely are. Like you said, I do feel like we are afraid of each other more than ignore. Well, that's not what you said, but now that you said like more afraid of each other than it. I feel like that's more it.
Because I mean, it goes into each other.
Mm.
It definitely does.
It does. Mm. I could see it going this season. I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, because if we're scared of something, we're not gonna do it. Like if I'm scared of of the soreness after a workout, I'm not gonna do the workout. I may not even think about the workout because you know, like I have PTSD now. Like
stress in your head.
I'm not doing that today. I'm good. It's not. I'm good. Like and granted, if it's posted on your brain in the front of your brain every day, all day, yo, this is that is this, and every channel is the same thing, you're gonna start to believe it. So, yeah.
Right.
Um,
What do you feel? What do you feel as a community that we need?
well,
That's like a broad. It's a broad
nah,
question.
but that I can give you for in any community. I think the three facets that you need to be able to be labeled a community is a hospital, a bank, and uh, uh, something else. I think it's like a supermarket, something else. You know what I mean? But if we're talking about what we need, if anything, we say community is community. Like, what do we need from our community? We need community. like, it's nothing. If not for nothing else, know the person's name down the block, at the end of the block, around the corner, 2 blocks down, 5 blocks down, and like that matters.
Right.
That matters. Like So for me, it's community is what we need in our communities more than anything else. It's to be able to talk to each other and not look at each other like dogs.
But
Like
that comes from the fear of each other.
that comes from the fear. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but this, we do the same thing dogs do. We do the same thing dogs do when we see another black youth in the street, stare him down. I
Especially if
almost
you.
forgot that I could do the stare down in the camera, bro. I dead almost forgot, but it's the stare down. Like, yeah, what are you looking at? Yo, you think I'm pussy? Yo, you think I'm pussy, bro? Yo, something I'm pussy.
What's
But you feel
acting?
like the dumb shit, bro. Like, oh yeah, let me go rob the rundown. Oh nah, let me go prove myself. Like,
Yeah,
whatever. Um. So yes, the
the
community aspect.
community.
What do you feel like we need?
I asked you that question because I didn't know. Now that you flipped the question on me, bro,
You know,
what do
man.
we need as a community? Bro, I don't know. I do know. I just don't know right now.
All right, so we're gonna come back to that.
We're gonna come back to it.
All right, if you don't, we need you to know by the time we come
All
back to it.
right.
All right. Um. Um. The divide amongst most generations, uh, from our generation to the older generations, I feel like it stemmed in the whole aspect of the communities of us being a community. Like, I don't want to say we weren't taught the manners and how to. Oh, good morning, good night, good evening. Thank you, please, you're welcome. But a lot of older people receive that to a umpteenth point. Like
Yeah,
that's what they receive
so that's
as
how they was
respect.
raised. Yeah.
That's how they was raised. But in our generation, truth be told, that's not how we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
We would hear it, we know to do it, but that's not the initial state of mind that they're in to have manners. And as you get older, you're going to understand that because life will hit you in the ass if you don't have manners. But that's but on that same hand, it's a level of being able to understand that they weren't raised or we weren't raised the same. If we now if we're trying to make everybody look at the world how we see it, we'll never come together as older to newer generation.
Mm.
That's how I feel. And that gap that gap that wants to that doesn't understand us. Because they'll say that I don't understand this generation.
I
I
don't want to try to understand this.
don't want to try to
Mm.
understand it. And granted, I like it's cool. Don't try, but you're gonna be missing out on a lot of unique and groundbreaking things, at astronomical things, and that's cool. On both parallels, it's cool because they thing whatever. But at the point of us having a community, us being able to communicate ideas, mentalities, mindsets, argument, whatever, is based off of us being able to mesh with one another as older and younger generation.
Mm.
Like, and for them to know that we didn't grow up the same way y'all did. Social media, we have no. I don't want to say social media. The phones have taken control of all of that. So if we don't remember to say good morning in the morning because we on our phones, that's part of this new generation. That's part of it, and that's not
Yeah.
and not to say that's a good thing. To just be in your phone as soon as you wake up and all the other stuff, but who's teaching us otherwise? Is he even going back into the whole community aspect? Y'all so busy trying to negate what we doing when you're not even telling us, oh, yo, if you wake up in the morning and you go on your phone, as soon as you go on your phone in the morning, it does something to your brain not natural. Because when you wake up and as soon as you go on your phone, those rays and Wi-Fi signals and Bluetooth signals are now penetrating your skull. You know what I mean?
That
They
I
don't teach us none of that.
mm,
They don't want to impeach that knowledge onto us. They rather
but
look at us.
still, they even if they did, would this generation listen?
You, but that's I remember what I was telling you. Well, we don't go into that into another day, but it goes into the aspect of you. Have you tried?
Bro.
No, not you.
No, I'm saying like, hmm, I can't speak for everybody, but I've seen enough to know when because I'm part of this. Well, I'm not even part of your generation.
I don't even know
No,
how that works
yeah.
anymore. Like at this point, they done it's mixed up.
Well, I'm Gen. I think I'm Gen Z. I think so. I don't know.
Listen,
But anyway,
alright.
yeah, I've seen enough of kids my age and kids younger, or even if you did tell them what's the deal with a phone, they they don't care.
That's
Like you
interesting.
could tell, yo, you could tell, bro. As a pescatarian, you should know for a fact, yo, this meat does something bad for you.
Nah,
Oh, okay.
what amount of adults that done negated the shit that I be saying about me? So I can't put it on
On
the
a generation.
youth.
Okay, yeah.
You feel me? I can't put it on specifically them
Mm-hmm.
because they're doing what they were taught at
Right.
even that young age. Even us right now, we doing what we were taught. You know what I mean? I feel like this is more so the podcast generation, and podcasts will soon take over radio. Why? Because we have more to say. We have a platform to say it.
Right.
So it's differences. It's differences. If we're never bestowed with the abilities to do something or to be able to understand it, like we'll never want it.
Mm.
Yo, what if I'm just getting licks for the same old, and you're not telling me about why I'm getting licks? I'm gonna be focused on me getting licks instead of the teaching aspect of why I'm getting licks. Like,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like, son, it all goes back into us being able, and both sides being able to communicate the matters at hand. Like in a way, we try to couple and going another off topic a little bit. We try to couple the because if we want to talk about younger generation to older generation, then we got to talk about the inner subtopics of what that means.
Mm.
What's actually going on in the newer generation that the older generation doesn't mess with? What's going on in the older generation that the newer generation can't
How-
mesh with?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand. I feel. Multiple facets of Black unity doesn't help our efforts.
Mm. Elaborate on that one.
Like, if we have, oh, we're fighting for dark skinned girls, and then we're fighting for
Right.
light skinned men, and then we're fighting for the basketball players, and then we're fighting for the
Black men versus black women.
black
Well, I
men
wouldn't even
versus
say
black
versus,
women.
but
No, it's lit. No, it's no.
I see it,
I would
bro.
say,
But
I would
I
say,
mean, for me, I don't want to call it versus. Like,
bro, it's been. I mean, I would say it's been that, and it's put on the table as you're able to put that as something. What if you want to do it? Like I don't want to say that's another topic. I'm gonna, but the multiple facets of black men versus black women when we're in the same boat of not getting respect from our counterparts. You know what I
mm,
mean? Our boss doesn't respect us. Now we go home, we don't respect our wives. Now our wives don't respect our kids, and now our kids don't respect themselves.
Damn.
That's how that is. That not it? Is that not it? Like that's that, and then we try to compartmentalize the situations. Oh, this is that. Oh, nah, this is versus this. Then this is versus this. Then that is versus this. Then this is versus that. Like how many different movements.
Oh, bro, so many, bro. So many
Black Twitter.
fucking
You ever been
movements.
on Black? You ever seen Black Twitter?
No.
Bro, my boy, he always got something funny to say from Black Twitter about Black Twitter, but Black Twitter's undefeated. And I don't want to put it as Black Twitter, but quote unquote Black Twitter.
No, it's an actual thing called Black Twitter, or is it just
It's
black people? I thought
yeah,
these,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Where black people go and I don't want to say comment on certain things that's going on in um that's going on to black people, for black people, about black people, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a group of pages that
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that
I
yeah
know. Yeah,
um so it goes all into like there's a lot of subgroups subpar to what the actual movement is. So when you go back to when, if I want to go back to even what you just asked me, what do we want? Shit, go ask Black Twitter. Just type what do we want as a black community. Respect, honor. No, not even. No, it wouldn't even go to those respect, honor, dignity. Nah,
it will be broken down.
super broken down
Wow.
to their category of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When it's not any one of our categories of life benefiting. None of us have a new lease on life, a better way of living to maneuver around. Oh yeah, your movement doesn't have what my movement has, but that's what it becomes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel like that? Like,
Nah, I do. That's what I'm saying. Like, back to what I was saying. What do we want? What do we need? I mean, you can't even going back to if we listen to each other or not. All right, like you were saying, all right, your movement is not, it doesn't have, it doesn't have what I have in mind for my movement. All right, so what you want for your movement? All right, and this is what I want for my movement. We can't come to an agreement right there along the lines of what the fuck we need, or what the fuck we want, or what the fuck we're fighting for. Like, I don't know.
what do you mean by come to an agreement?
Not
Like
come
both
to,
both sides come and coordinate. All right, this is what I want. This is what you want.
like, all right, so right now, I want to say right now, but like, no, I would say right now, it's a little bit of black men versus the black men in LGBTQ, right? Um, I can say the one thing we can agree on is that we're black. That's it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say on it. We're black people. I don't think motherfuckers gonna look at us and be like, all right, because you're gay or because you're straight, I'm gonna treat you some like this type of way. No, we're black people. We're gonna get treated how they think a black person should be treated. So even in terms of that, where's the common ground? Where's the line? Where can we settle at? Like, you know what? You fucking right. And you know what? You fucking right. So what now? Who do we turn against? It's not black men versus black women. It can't be that.
Black
So
man versus black woman,
black men
black
versus,
gay versus black
it
straight,
can't be black
black.
men versus or black men versus Dominicans or Puerto Ricans. It can't. I want to say black men, but just black people versus Dominican. That's a whole nother topic too. But
Yeah,
fuck.
but yeah, we're our efforts will be left to nothing if we all want a piece of freedom in our own way.
Mm.
You feel me? Like in hindsight, we could say, oh yeah, we want this specifically, we want that specifically, but you can't get nothing specifically if it's not a majority.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if I go to the teacher and say, oh teacher, oh this I couldn't understand the number six. Number six was messed up. Like what? Like I really couldn't understand number six, and it was only you. You say, oh, I think you should go read it, reread it, understand it, then come back tomorrow, or whatever. Still, teacher, I can't understand it. Blah blah
Still
blah.
only you.
Still only you. Now, usually homework don't go for like a next week or so, but you go next the day. Now you got four kids saying, "Oh, teacher, number six isn't da da da." She still sends all four. Next
Mm-hmm.
day, six of them. Like by the I feel like by the second kid, she's going to reread that question
Yeah, that's what they do now. Yeah.
one time.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're all going to the table or to the to the pot of gold individually, we're all gonna get our own little scoop. You know, imagine if we all freaking did this and scooped together. Like, I don't know,
Crazy.
like, it does something different. And even in that sense, once we all get the rightful scoop that we need as a people, then we can individually, all right, we're gonna put that set up that flag here, set that over there, make sure that's like that. All right, cool. We're gonna make sure that's set up and yeah. What's
More organized, man. Yeah.
it 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 goes back into our organization because our efforts reflect our movement. Like non-organized and everyone else is looking for a leader. It's not our faults, granted, but how long can we look for someone else to do something for us when we don't do it for ourselves? Like we expect everybody else to come clean our community.
Mm-hmm.
We expect everybody else to paint the what happened. Oh, you. Oh, I thought you had a. I thought you had you know what I mean? Like we expect everybody else to do something else for us, our community, our people, our families.
Mm.
You don't think that?
No, that's a. I think I had a conversation with somebody to go back to where he was like, we don't have somebody to lead. Honestly, this is how I feel. I feel like we don't have any leaders left.
Ooh,
I don't.
that
I feel like we don't have any.
don't
And not
say
even that. Nah,
that.
bro.
Nah.
Nah, it's
Continue.
not even into like that. Like we probably do have leaders out there. And we probably have leaders that don't even know they're leaders yet. But
No, but that's no. But to say we don't have no more leaders right now,
bro,
that's a
I
bold
feel we don't have
statement.
no leaders.
That's a bold statement.
When I mean leaders, bro, I mean like a leader that moved black people, bro. Like on some Malcolm X type shit. On some yo, all in unity. When I say rise, we rise type shit. Like
I can tell you one.
who?
Us,
Us?
us, right now, in this moment. Like it ain't. It's. See how Nipsey's words live on forever. Even Muhammad Ali's words live on forever. Like and that man was a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
That man, they took away that man's heavyweight championship because of what he was saying. Didn't want to go to war. Like wasn't going to war for a country that wasn't um wasn't helping his people and all this stuff. And you know what I mean, like he stood for something greater than himself. And not to say, oh, um, we're in the same position or we're even Muhammad Ali, but you either stand for something or fall for anything. Anything. You know what I mean? So that's why I say us. Because as yeah, we are that right now in the flesh. But other than us, nobody. I like. It's sad because the first thing that comes to mind, the first people, first group of people that came to mind was rappers. Like
As a leader?
as somebody that the black community looks to.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, not even our leader.
Like, yeah, I know. I sound like a fucking alien. Yo,
Like
bro.
it it's a level of not even to say leadership, but
Our rappers. I
a
can see it, just like
representation,
Nipsey.
just like Nipsey.
Hmm.
It's not even to say, there was a what was his name, DJ something, whatever. He called himself a curator of of curator of music, something, curator of um damn, bro. I wish I had the yo. Oh my gosh. Basically, not a rapper. Like calling me a rapper is to call me out of what I am. You know what I mean?
Is
Who
this
I
an older man?
older. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like I heard somebody say that.
Like what? The curator of curator of something. But anyway, he basically that keeps him from representing him as who he really is, and he's bigger than just being a rapper. You know, because he's able to paint pictures, and he's able to take pictures and paint them out as vividly as you may want,
Hmm.
as vividly as you can understand. So I sometimes don't feel like even saying rappers aren't or can't be our leaders. Sometimes saying that is like it's not true. I don't want to say KRS One, but KRS One. We have leaders. We have we have figures, mentors,
Hmm.
and people that's there to show us the way. But there's nobody on the forefront of the situations at hand.
Right.
Nobody that wants or exerts that energy to show that yeah I'm up and I'm here. I don't even want to say I'm up because that's not a representation of mindset of personability uh of anything that doesn't represent you as for who you are. But our youth, that's one thing about the youth compared to older heads. They're not more older heads than more of our youth. We respect the 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 person that's flaunting. You know what I mean? I don't want to say flaunting. The person that's able to maintain that image.
Mm.
But when you get into that room with those people maintaining that image, are you able to keep up with that mentality that they're exerting? That's a whole nother. I mean, but it's somewhat got on topic, but it's a level of our leaders live in many different shapes and forms.
Mm.
Like,
I guess, yeah.
like I wouldn't say that we're we're stuck without a leader, but we need to make some leaders, some more leaders. It ain't that they aren't any, is that there needs to be more.
I agree.
Cause it man, there ain't no one leader in every other culture. That person's gonna want the same thing. But not everybody from every culture agrees on the views from the next person.
Mm.
But I bet you they're able to come together to build a business in the community.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Even with I think you brought this up or not bring. We had this conversation a while back. How Chinese people and Jewish people are able to get together and build. I don't know. Like, what was it that you said they learned?
A lot of
A lot of
things.
things.
Shit, they into almost every facet.
Yeah. Yeah, so they could come together and do that, like
amongst other
other,
other
yeah.
cultures. So it's like they can come together against a different culture more so. So together, they're organized as one unit.
Mm-hmm.
If they could have multiple facets of cultures working together with them,
And if they could do that, why can't we do that?
if they can do that, why can't we do that? That's really the question. At the end of the day, that's all right, my brother. Comments, questions, concerns. Final topic of the day. Let it count, my brother.
The final topic, questions or concerns. The black community. Mm, I fucking love y'all. That's all I can say. I fucking love y'all. The hell? I want us to win. Like
Extra.
extra.
Secret.
Yeah. I gotta make sure everything's Gucci for my kids to come. My kids, kids, kids. My kids, dogs. Kids.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, I fuck with it.
My bad. You got anything else?
Nah.
Um, man, all we got is each other. But if nobody's gonna fight for us, we gotta fight for each other, and it starts with one another. Somebody that looks like you, somebody that doesn't look like you. Hell, even other races. We gotta be able to show more so than the media shows who we really are. Because you know who you really are. You know who you are.
That's a fact.
You gotta bring it out. But yes, that's for this episode of MindStrong. We catch you next time.